Breaking. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian's royal wedding announcement shocks the world. The cameras were still, the palace silent. Then suddenly, the announcement that stopped the world. Princess Leonor of Spain, Prince Christian of Denmark. A royal union no one expected, and yet, everyone had secretly dreamed of. A love story once whispered in corridors of power, now made official in front of the entire world. But behind the grandeur, the shockwaves ran deep, not just through royal families but through history itself. For years, the public watched these two young royals grow, lead, and define what modern monarchy means. Leonor, the poised, confident heir to Spain's throne, raised under the strict gaze of tradition. Christian, Denmark's quiet, thoughtful prince, known for his charm and diplomacy. Their paths had crossed before, in ceremonies, events, state dinners. But no one, not even the most devoted royal watchers, imagined that their connection would lead here, to an engagement that would reshape Europe's royal landscape. The official announcement came early in the morning. The Spanish royal palace released a statement, short, formal, but heavy with meaning. Their Majesties the King and Queen are pleased to announce the forthcoming marriage of Her Royal Highness the Princess of Asturias to His Royal Highness Prince Christian of Denmark. The world stopped reading, and then the flood began. Social media ignited, headlines exploded, and Europe held its breath. But this wasn't just about love. It was about legacy, alliance, and destiny. Leonor, future Queen of Spain, had long been seen as the embodiment of the nation's modern identity, elegant, determined, bound by duty. Christian, heir to Denmark's beloved royal family, had been raised in the same air of expectation. Together, they represented something bigger than themselves, a merging of dynasties, a blending of traditions, a symbol of what monarchy could be in the 21st century. Yet not everyone was ready to celebrate. Behind palace walls, whispers grew. Some courtiers questioned the timing. Others wondered about the politics. Spain and Denmark, two kingdoms with their own histories, their own challenges. Could this marriage unite them, or quietly divide them? Was it love that led the announcement, or strategy? Still, when Leonor appeared before the press, her calm smile silenced the doubts. Wearing a pale blue suit, echoing the colors of both nations, she spoke clearly, with grace. Prince Christian and I have grown to understand each other not just as friends, she said softly, but as partners in duty and in life. The crowd erupted in applause. Cameras flashed. And for the first time, the world saw not just a princess, but a young woman ready to reign, not alone, but alongside her chosen companion. The proposal itself, palace insiders revealed, had been intimate and deeply personal. No lavish event, no flashing lights. It happened during a private visit in Madrid, in the gardens where Leonor spent her childhood summers. Christian had arrived quietly, accompanied only by his security. They walked among the orange trees. And there, under the setting sun, he presented a simple ring, a Danish heirloom belonging to his great-grandmother, Queen Ingrid. No words were scripted, no cameras recorded it, only two hearts promising a future together. The moment marked the beginning of something profound, but also the start of immense pressure. Royal weddings are never just about the couple. They're about countries, image, symbolism. And for Leonor, the first reigning Queen Spain will see in centuries, the stakes could not be higher. Every detail, from the date, to the venue, to the guest list, carries weight and meaning. Reports suggest the wedding will be held in Madrid, at the Almudena Cathedral, where Leonor was confirmed just a few years ago. But some insiders hint at Denmark's insistence on including Copenhagen's Christiansborg Palace for a secondary ceremony, a gesture of unity between both nations. The logistics are complex, the symbolism, immense. Beyond the politics, though, what truly captivates the world is the humanity behind the crowns. Leonor and Christian have grown up in a digital age, under scrutiny, under expectation. Yet in their rare public appearances together, they've displayed something that transcends duty, quiet chemistry. A shared glance, a laugh caught off camera, a comfort that only genuine affection can bring. But as with every royal love story, shadows linger. Some claim the Spanish royal family was initially hesitant, fearing Leonor's focus might be pulled from her future responsibilities. Others whisper of Denmark's caution, wanting to ensure that Christian's identity as future king would not be overshadowed. Yet those who know them insist this union was born not from politics, but from mutual respect, and love tested through years of friendship. And so the question lingers, what does this mean for the future of monarchy itself? For decades, European royals have battled declining public trust, evolving identities, and modern expectations. Leonor and Christian's engagement could be the bridge, the story that renews faith in royalty as more than relics of the past, but as symbols of humanity's enduring search for meaning, family, and connection. Already, comparisons are being made. To Charles and Diana, to William and Catherine, to Felipe and Letizia. Yet this is something different. Leonor is not marrying into the royal life, she was born to lead it. And Christian, rather than simply joining her, is bringing his own legacy, one that mirrors hers in values and vision. Together, they represent a new archetype, two equals, united not just by love, but by purpose. Behind the public celebration, however, preparations tell a more emotional story. Queen Letizia, sources say, has taken an active role in guiding her daughter through the pressures of royal duty and the scrutiny of international media. King Felipe, though composed in public, was reportedly deeply moved when the engagement was made official. "She's no longer my little girl," he confided to close aides, "she's Spain's queen-to-be." Over in Denmark, Queen Mary is said to have welcomed Leonor with open arms. Insiders describe their first private meeting as warm, maternal, a quiet tea at Amalienborg Palace, filled with laughter and shared understanding. "She reminds me of myself at that age," Mary allegedly told friends. Composed, but with fire inside. Every royal wedding tells a story. But this one tells too, of legacy and renewal. The world watches not just for the spectacle, but for the subtle signs of change. What songs will they choose? What vows will they write? What symbols will appear in the ceremony, Spanish gold, Danish silver, or something new entirely? Each decision is a message to history. And beyond the palace walls, the public's fascination grows. In Spain, streets fill with banners and well-wishes. In Denmark, cafes buzz with talk of the engagement. Across Europe, the young generation, once distant from royal traditions, suddenly feels reconnected. It's not just the beauty of a wedding. It's the idea that love, when true, can transcend protocol. But even now, as plans unfold, one thing remains certain: this announcement has changed everything. Not just for Leonor and Christian, but for the very image of royalty itself. No longer distant figures behind gilded doors, they are the faces of a new era, one where authenticity meets tradition, and where the crown no longer isolates, but unites. So when the day comes, when bells ring in Madrid, when flags rise in Copenhagen, when the world watches as two young royals take their vows, it won't just be a wedding. It will be a reminder that love, even under the weight of history, still finds its way. That even in a world that doubts monarchy, moments like this make us believe again. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian. The future of Europe's royalty, and the couple whose love has already made history.